Evening fellow YouTubers, this is nixuser and I'm taking a look at Sabayon Linux GNOME 2016.04. So you can see here we're using the lovely GNOME desktop. We'll just take a brief look at DistroWatch to tell us what we can expect from it. So we've got the Sabayon project here, and so you can take a look here and see the applications that you might expect to be included with Sabayon, perhaps not by default, but available from the repository. So yeah, so let's take a look at what we've got here. So the usual array of accessories that you'd expect on a GNOME environment here: desktop search, calculator, that type of thing. We've got files, which is your Nautilus. We've got in education, we've got LibreOffice Math. Okay, so I'm thinking that will also find its way into down here, Math. You know how I feel about that if you've looked at my previous reviews. Don't entirely agree with it, but anyway, this is for your formula creation pleasure. So yes, you can create beautiful formula in here. So you can do E equals MC squared. Wonderful. Everyone knows that one. Okay. Moving right along, we've got Steam. Now last time I had issues running Steam, let's try it now. I've written exit to these. So just let Steam install there while I'm doing the biz. Close that. We don't need that at the moment. So yeah, graphics. You got GIMP, LibreOffice Draw, Shotwell. Now GIMP is used for editing images. Geez, we've had 2.8 around for a while now, haven't we? I did notice this the other day. I love it. It is the single mode, the single window mode. It's kind of nice. Something that you might want to use. LibreOffice Draw, which is more for doing some line art type stuff. Let's save that. We've got Shotwell. You can view your images in there. One image there. That's just a customer service request. Just there. What else have we got? Oh, just missed that there. That's it for that. Internet, empathy for all your chatting requirements. Google Chrome. Now this is the proprietary version of Google Chrome. Now there is a Chromium that you might want to look at. Google Chrome includes the Flash plugin, or at least last time I checked it did. We can check that just now. So that might not be to your approval. Let's have a look. Chrome and Adobe Flash Player includes a relatively recent version of Adobe Flash Player, which, yeah, not necessarily your cup of tea. HexChat, this usual chat client that we could expect. You're going to get some support from the Sabayon people. Go to Freenode, I'm guessing. See if it logs us in there, and see if it takes us to a page, or rather a channel. And there you go, the Sabayon Linux support page, support channel. Plenty of users in there. Should be able to get your answers, presumably. Don't expect them instantly, as per IRC etiquette. could take some while, hours, perhaps even days, to get your answer. Transmission, it's the torrent client. Transmission is a file sharing program. Whatever you do is your responsibility, but again, pretty attractive looking program these days with that dark theme. I tend to use rtorrent simply because it's, command line based. You don't have xup, you can still use it. If you have xup, you can still use it. Doesn't matter. So yeah, transmission, if you need it, recommend using it instead of loading down your favorite distribution's servers. Just use that instead. In Office, contacts. So we could use an online account. Add an online account. All sorts of online accounts that are supported there. Or you could just use a local address book and just close that. And done. And you can add a contact. Bob Smith. Bob Smith, the Xbox guy. I don't know. The Nix guy at gmail.com. Add. And there you go. Now what's it going to do? It's going to start up Evolution because you now got your contacts integrated, so you can send an email. That's kind of a nice touch there. Look at that, very realistic buttons on this dark theme. Also, you've got a dictionary. I've shown that before, so nothing new under the sun there. Evolution, your email client, which I showed you that coming up there. We have LibreOffice. I recommend that those people who always insist on using Microsoft Office, be it on Windows or on Linux through Wine, GNU+Linux through Wine, give LibreOffice a go. It does have a sophisticated spreadsheeting program. Might not look very sophisticated, but it actually is. And some very neat functionality. Very, very comprehensive program there. You'll find that the rest of it is also very comprehensive. For example, in Microsoft Office, you don't get a database program by default that can connect to, for example, Postgres server, or that can connect to other SQL-based or SQL-based servers. You might not necessarily get a great drawing tool as you get with LibreOffice. You do get obviously a PowerPoint sort of program as well with LibreOffice. We spoke about math before, and of course you get a word processing program. You should bear in mind too that you can actually change it to the Windows-like theme just by a breeze. It used to be Galaxy, I believe. You can get that nice theme there, and you can just say that the icons are small, so it looks like the old theme that they used to have with the icons. Don't know about any of these other ones. So that's the breeze theme that I've been seeing. Very flat looking theme, very clean as well. Yeah, so that's pretty nice. Icon themes, I should say there. Programming, I don't use any of this. I program in C++ when I'm at home, and VBA when I'm at work, and C++ I just need GCC on the system and Vim for editing the files that I like to program. Got a whole bunch of links here that you can take a look at. You can look at the Sabayon packages. We'll have a talk about that in a moment. You have a variety of media programs with the Brasero. You can burn a disk, an optical disk. Unfortunately, it is most likely going to use the Wodim program. We'll just take a look at that, and we'll minimize that. No, not using Wodim. it doesn't have CD record on here, so using some other back end I'd have to go and look that up, but it used to, I believe, use Wodem or very similar. It could use Zora ISO as well, I'm not sure. Zora ISO is another. Let's have a look at something. EO package. Not EO package. Maybe it is. I'll have to find it again. EO package. No, what was it called? Equo, that's right. Equo search and libburn, and it's installed. Libburn is installed, so perhaps it's using that for authoring the disks. It's not going to be having CD. Should I CDR tools? Yeah, not there. Anyway, minimize that. You can see that there's got the Equo package management there with it's actually under Entropy. Entropy is the system, the framework that they've got there for managing packages. You can take a look at the wiki on how to use Equo. We've got Cheese, which is your webcam viewer on the desktop there. Kodi Media Center, let's run that up, see how that goes. Okay, Kodi 16.0 Jarvis, and that worked nicely. So you can see there's a little bit of an emphasis on media in this version of Sabayon. MPV media player, I like using MPV, but I also, because of the build system on MPV, prefer sometimes MPlayer, on which MPV is based. PTV, which I believe is a video editing tool, if I remember correctly. I use FFmpeg, but yep, you got PTV in here if you want to use that for video editing. Fantastic. Cool. We have the pulse audio volume control, which I'm not going to go into right now because it messes with my audio when I'm recording. We've got Rhythmbox, and again, this dark theme making these applications look clean. The lovely thing about these applications on a GNU+Linux distribution is the lack of advertising. You don't see banner ads or crazy gimmicky trademarks and things like that. It's just, here's the application. I was just thinking of that when I first took a bit of a look around Sabayon before. That's about the only advertising you're getting there, and you can change that out quickly enough. So we've got videos. Now it's just another video player. That's the Totem video player, I think. And we've got a VLC. We'll continue. And what version are we using? We're using 2.2.2 WeatherMax. Then that's a cute paste application. They've got MPV in there, and they've got VLC, so they're more than covered with the video viewing, perhaps audio viewing there if you want it. And we've got a bunch of other applications which I don't intend to really go into. You do have the gparted, which can be very useful for managing your partitions at times. Events, it's considered a utility, but I would have probably had it under Office, so that's a little bit odd to have it under there, but fine. So just be aware of that. There are some things here that I wouldn't necessarily agree with their location. I did mention before that we can change the background. Let's have a look at the backgrounds. Some fairly plain ones there, and I don't see how I could change back to the default wallpaper if I changed out to another, but we can just try that. So let's change to this wallpaper. Let's see if we can go back, and it's not there. So that's one thing that would be annoying if I wanted to go back to the default wallpaper. It's not immediately apparent to me how I might go and how am I going to do that. So we just might select that. So yeah, we also have up the top here, you can see if your system is up to date. VBox kernel services is not running, so that means to me if I try and run VirtualBox, presuming that's installed, why is it even mentioning it? To be honest, I don't have VirtualBox installed. This machine's not running in VirtualBox, so why is it even mentioning that? That seems to me to be a little strange and would confound the new user. You have your right hand side notifications here and your ability to control volume just there, and the ability to log out and manage account settings as well. Now, I did say we're going to try Steam before because I had issues with it last time, and my guess is that Steam just will not play the game. No pun intended. So let's just see if we can fix that right now. Okay. So I would have thought that Steam would have installed in a local directory. I'm expecting it to have something like this. I think it was libstandard C++ that I needed to get rid of. No. It's not there. The Arch Wiki on this should have the answer, if I remember correctly, so let's have a look. So this is the Arch. This is the Arch forum. So we'll just do this. I know it should have found it before, but let's give it the benefit of the benefit of the doubt. And do we have anything in here that's suggestive? Yes, we do. So I made a bit of a boo-boo before. We'll need to find this, or similar, so find star SA star. So that's that there, and what I'll need to do is then exec rm what was found, and that's that. Now, not there anymore. Let's see if Steam will now play the game. Again, no pun intended. And look at it. It's working. See, it's little things like that you'd think they'd have some sort of script or something that detects when Steam has been installed on your machine. That's how easy it is to fix things like that. I made a little mistake before by not including the start.so bit before. star.so star. But that's the sort of thing that I expect. So, you know, this distro gets rated down again by me for not fixing things that I and other people have mentioned, presumably other people have mentioned, but I have, and I don't have the ego to think that anyone Sabayon has looked at my channel, but nonetheless, it's one of those things you'd expect to get sort of passed along by those people who find Sabayon interesting. So anyway, yeah. So Sabayon, my conclusion, this version of it, this edition of it, the GNOME Edition, it's an attractive distro, but it does have some rough spots, and I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10 just for having those rough spots and not fixing them. Now, I don't remember what I gave it last time, but that's the gut feel. Anyway guys, I'm going to leave it right there. You've seen through the distro. Tell me what you thought about the distro in the comments. If you want to see more of this content, please remember to subscribe, and if you liked this particular video, please remember to like it. Anyway guys, I'm going to finish off there. You have a good day, good night, or whatever it is that you're having, and I look forward to seeing you next time with something else. Perhaps a Sabayon KDE or XFCE review. Anyway guys, good night.